voters to ensure the names are listed on the register. Any person who claims to be entitled to be registered as a voter and whose name, address, and occupation have changed or are entered in an incorrect manner may claim to be registered correctly by completing a notice of claim, form number 7, and submit it to the registration officer at the electoral office not later than Wednesday, February 14, 2024. Any person whose name appears on the register of voters for an electoral district may object to the registration of any person whose name is included in the said register. Persons who wish to make objection to names appearing on the register should complete a notice of objection, form number 8, and submit it to the registration officer not later than Wednesday, February 14, 2024. Notice of claim and notice of objection forms may be obtained at the electoral office in Bastille and Charlestown. I thank you.
All right, that was Mr. Oakland Peets, the supervisor of elections here in St. Kitts and Nevis, providing an update on the annual register of voters, and that list includes people who have registered as of November 2023, as stated by Mr. Peets. The voters lists on the annual register of voters will be placed at 2 conspicuous places at each polling division or constituencies across St. Kitts and Nevis. And so if you are a registered voter and you want to ensure that your information is correct and up to date on the annual register of voters, you're encouraged to take a look at the annual register of voters just to ensure that the information placed there is correct. He also used the opportunity to encourage people who have, whether it's your occupation, your residence, whatever it is, if that information has changed, you are encouraged to come in and submit I forget the name of the form, but you're encouraged to come in and have that information updated by the 14th of February. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius, and thank you so much for joining me in the program for today. I want to talk about a situation that I don't want to say took place, but there was an announcement or a statement that was issued by the Royal St. Christopher and U.S. Police Force, and I'll share the statement with you if you are not have not heard it before. It says that the general public is hereby informed that there was no firearm found at any education institution in St. Kitts and Nevis. The statement goes on to say that the logic behind the invention of such an unhelpful rumor continues to escape us. Still, we offer prayers and words of advice to anyone who may be feeling unusually idle. It is always better to be constructive than destructive should one wish to use their creative skills to spread fictional stories of criminal activity. The police force strongly encourages that such tales be penned for official publishing as essays or short stories, potentially turning shushu and melee into money. Concocting and spreading verbal tales of criminal activity casts dark, far-reaching shadows over our society, wastes valuable time, depletes limited resources, and benefits no one. Let us strive to be better this year, both to ourselves and to each other. And that follows a claim that was made sometime last week that a gun had been found at an education institution here in St. Kitts. And of course there were videos making the rounds on social media, people suggesting that, so in that particular video, students were seen running. People were suggesting that that is because they found a gun on the premises of an education institution here in St. Kitts, and according to this statement, that was not the case. I think this is the second time we've had something like that, where there was an allegation that a gun was found at an education institution, and according to the police, that was not the case. For the life of me, I can't really understand why anybody would want to sit down, or you wake up on a good Monday morning and decide that you're going to just make up these things. They're not really helpful because you cause a lot of panic, especially for parents who would be worried about their children. And so instead of helping and adding, you are making the situation worse, and you're not helping anybody whatsoever. So for people who want to be mischievous and spread rumors like these, you have to do better. You really, really have to do better. Because for this, you're not helping. You're not making St. Kitts and Nevis a better place when you're going to be mischievous and make up these things. According to the police, that was not the case, and as I said earlier, I think this is the second time we've had a situation like this where it was alleged that a gun was found at an education institution in St. Kitts, and the police say that was not the case. It's 12 minutes past the 11 o'clock hour. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll get into the conversation some more for today. Let's take this break, and we'll be right back.
You can win more with the Mega Ball. Pick 3 and pick 4, you could get it all.
Yes, playing Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Caribbean Lottery just got more rewarding. For just an extra $1, increase your winnings by $1,000 with Pick 3 and $10,000 with Pick 4 when you play the Mega Ball.
You ready to win a little extra? You ready to win a little extra? You ready to win a little extra? Then get on the ball.
Play Pick 3 and Pick 4 with Mega Ball at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 and over to play.
Capture the hearts of your customers with our exclusive 30 seconds promotion package just in time for Valentine's. Whether you have a charming restaurant, a delightful gift shop, or a trendy spa, we've got the platform to share your Valentine's Day specials. So act now to reserve your spot and stand out from the crowd. Call ZIZ at 465-2621 today, because love is a journey and the first step begins with your business.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius, and thank you so much for joining me on the program for today. It's Monday, January 29, 2024, and it is just 15 minutes past the 11 o'clock hour. If you're just tuning in, I shared a statement earlier from the Supervisor of Elections, Mr. Oakland Peets, regarding the annual register of voters, and again he used the opportunity to encourage people to check that register of voters to ensure that the information there for them is correct, and it will be posted at polling stations, 2 polling stations across the constituencies here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Just before the break, I shared with you that the police force shared a statement via their Facebook page recently, I think it was yesterday or Saturday, regarding an allegation that a firearm had been found at an education institution here in St. Kitts. And according to the police, that is not the case. And I've said that these things, they are not helpful. If you're going to sit down and concoct and make up these stories, you're not adding to, you're not helping, you're not making St. Kitts and Nevis a better place, because now you put people to panic. If you are a parent and you hear that a gun was found at the school your child or children attend, you're going to panic. You're going to want to ensure that your child or children is or are safe. If you are a teacher, the principal, or staff at a school and you hear that guns and ammunition or anything of that sort were found at the school and premises, you're going to immediately, your human instinct will tell you to panic. And so these things, they don't help. I know sometimes people feel like, but yeah, let me be mischievous today and do this. But these things, they don't help. They really don't help. And so for people who are going to sit down and concoct these stories, man, shame on you. Do better. Shame on you. Do better. And don't talk about the wasting of resources. Because at the same time, you still can't take these allegations for granted. Of course, you have to investigate. And so if the police hear that, or receive word rather, that there was an ammunition or a gun or whatever found at an education institution or any place for that matter, naturally they're going to respond. Only to find out that it was a story that somebody decided to make up. The person probably was feeling idle and they decide, boy, today I'm going to just do some stupidness and send around a rumor to say that something was found here, and I know that's not the case. These things, they don't help. And we have to be mindful of the effects and the impact that you have on society when you sit down and make up these stories. But unfortunately, not everybody would think like that. It is 11:18. You're listening to The Edge. We'll begin taking your calls at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916 for you to lend your contribution and participation to the program. I also want to share with you that the Date Bay police station has been reopened. They were closed for some repairs last year, and they recently reopened their doors. So that's just a community notice. But we'll begin taking your calls so we can hear from you, your take on this matter. Listen to the phone lines and we'll take our first call for this morning. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Happy Monday morning to you, Devonne.
All right, same to you.
Yes, man. I like your opening topics, you know. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Devonne. The radio ain't coming back in the phone, right?
No.
I'll just turn it down.
No.
Okay, good thing. I like what you said here, and I always say that. Why should people get up in the morning and go and make mischief with the smart phone what they got and put up all kind of thing? It is bad, it is wrong, and I think they should stop it. But you said something there that why make these allegations when they're not true? And allegations made, they should go and check. I think it's 3 years ago in the state of Texas when a gunman was in there and he shoot up a lot of people, a lot of students in school. And the amount of police that went there to that scene, when they went there, before they operate like it is true, a lot of them, they take a long time before they could go in and confront the gunman. That's why he don't shoot down a lot of people. Why they had to wait? What they were waiting on? They get the call, say what was happening there, and they went there. They were supposed to move in one time. They will stand up for the length of time that it was said that they stay out there before they could go in and confront the gunman. And enough of that. Now come to the electoral office business. Before 2020 election, before the 2020 election.
2020 or 2022?
No, not so close here.
Oh, 2020. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There was an alarm to the fire department said that there was a fire in the electoral office in Bastille. And when the fire experts get there, a politician tell him wait. Oh, so he went in the office and he spent some time in there. When he done, he come out to tell them no fire in there. Why did he go in and he ain't a fireman? He stopped the people who trained to do the work. So right away, that showed to the public that some bubble nastiness went on in there.
So you see he went in there?
Me?
Yeah.
No, me ain't see him. But who was around the area there? It was flooded all over town like a flag. And it was choked. When they call, he ain't deny nothing. He ain't defend the accusation upon him. And the fireman them say, okay, since you went in and they said nothing there, well, they just went back to where they went. Because they ain't seen no fire outside, and then he stopped them and say, go in and go check. And he went in and go check. The politicians, they do a lot of tricks to get to where they want to go. And they should stop it too. Because it ain't all the time people going to sit down with their hand in their lap like a sheep. And I'm going now, but hear this. All the talk, agriculture and everybody got talking about monkey destroying this and monkey destroying that. Monkey, I don't know what they're going to do with monkey because monkey and dog is friend now. You got a monkey here dead now. For the whole weekend, the monkey got one hand and that and a dog out there playing in the yard. That's where they reach to. So monkey ain't going to go away unless they do something serious to get rid of the monkey them.
All right, caller.
Okay, Devonne, thank you
for your contribution to the program. We have any callers? Yes, let's go back to the phone lines and we take this call. Caller, good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning.
Hello, caller, good morning, you're on the air.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, I'm fine, and you?
You had a blessed weekend?
Yes, it was great.
Or you had to work?
No, it was a good weekend.
Okay, now I see the big ship that is coming on CNN, on my TV, and it will be out for 6 days. I don't know if it could hold my Patches Pier or not, but let them lay docked openly that everybody can see. No, it's not so high. I don't know it's because I was seeing it on TV, but it's very, very long, right? And I hope to see Patches and Mr. Grant in their picture. They will invite a lot of people because it's the first time. That's not the first time a big ship come here. No politics tomorrow. What goes around? When it is your turn, claim, not somebody else. Thank you.
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. You're listening to The Edge and ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Do we have any more callers on the line? All right. The phone lines are open. Call us at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. It is 11:24, and if you're just tuning in, I was on the top. I was sharing with you that the police issued a statement recently following an allegation that a gun had been found at an education institution here in St. Kitts. And opening the program was the Supervisor of Elections, Mr. Oakland Peace. I shared an audio clip from him providing an update on the annual register of voters. The issue of and it's a vexing issue, and you should understand, hence the reason why I keep, why I'm commenting on it. It's a very, very vexing issue, and I keep saying that these things, they don't help. They don't help. And I understand that in this world, and a caller mentioned the smartphones. These smartphones, they do a lot, They do a lot of good and they do a lot of bad. A lot of damage. They are not intended for bad, but there are people who would use them to cause mischief. And there are people who take these devices and they do all sorts of things with them. And instead of seeking to build up their country, build up their community, they're seeking to tear down and pull down. For what reason? I don't know. Let's go back to the phone lines and we'll hear from more callers.
Yes, good morning, Devonne.
Good morning.
Politics will always be politics because all the party them do all them things there when they were into go gun, but this way and gun that way. So we ain't know, but we are supposed to be friends when election over. Not because you want your party win and your party lose, you still got to be friends with people, not enemies. So you will always be politics. Thank you.
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. Let's go back to the phone lines. We'll take this call.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yes, and good morning to...
Hello, caller? I think we lost that caller. All right, caller, you can call us back. 465-2555. Your phone probably dropped out. It is 11:26. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take some more calls. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Devon.
Yes, welcome. How are you?
How are you? How was your weekend?
It was good.
You check out to see if the fellow over there, if the fellow down here went Janice Daniel and had a meeting because it's a big concern in the Federation, you know.
I don't know if they had a meeting, but what I can tell you is...
Well, you're a journalist. You got to check out that for me.
Yeah.
I want to say, Devon, that Casilda make an important point at this present time with that big ship coming there in Basque tomorrow. We are going to come together and show the tit for tat. Invite the people them down there. If they build the pier, package spear. If they build the billet. Let me do the right thing and leave the nasty politics alone. What do you mean? Only when earthquake we could come together and we love one another. We must say when the thing is right. Patches under the leadership of Dr. Harris, they build the pier. How is it going to look young and he will invite them? I know we carry them petty politics. We ain't want to Taiwan on you, you know. We ain't want to Taiwan on here. And I'm warning them, you know, do the right thing tomorrow. Because you know what's going to happen. Have a good day, Devon.
All right,
caller. See you.
You too. Have a good one and take care. Thank you for your contribution. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yes, good morning again, Devon.
Yes.
Yes. I was coming just about with the same thing too. That the former ministers and representatives of the last government who were instrumental in getting this ship here should be invited tomorrow to overlook the work that they have done. As our good brother Manos said, we got to forget the petty politics and start pushing for uniting our people in a unified way. Now, Devon, two things I want to touch on. It's the Dr. Drew's speech, I think with you, a Friday and some days ago, where he was talking about they are moving towards making Pinkett's Nevis educational bright fraternity nation. With that said, all of that is good sounding words all of us would like to hear. But here we have to go down to the grassroots and go right back down to primary school, because from the time the people reach primary school, we start moving them up by age. And lots of people are moving up, cannot read properly, cannot spell properly, cannot write properly. But we move them up because they reach the age to go in the next grade. Right? And then we have them come out of school, we have them move on to high school,
and they're going all the dunces class, still can't read, can't write, can't spell. And then we throw them out of school. And then we expect them to do something prosperous and meaningful to the communities and to the nation. It can't happen. If we want a bright education, we got to make sure as much as possible that people could do the basic educational thing, is read properly, spell, and write properly. And if we can't get our students them to do that, we are wasting our time. Because it makes no sense to move them up, shut them in all the dunces classes, and then shut them out of school and the road. To do what? Go down the bed, go pull up a boat, or go rake some grass, or cut some grass or something, and then what? Because just too long from now, even for cutting grass, you won't have to have some subjects. Right? The basic work, them, which is some of the most important work, even cleaning and working on the garbage, cleaning the street, and so we don't need subjects just not too long from now for them. So what are you going to tell those people? Oh, you can't read, you can't write, you can't spell, so we can't hire you? And then when they break our places, we vex. But if you refuse to give them work, you refuse to teach them properly, how are we going to get a prosperous and educational nation? How are we going to kick down crime? How are they help kick down crime, you know? Because they can, if you won't hire them, they need to eat. So whoever got it, they're going to take it from them.
All right.
Yes. And the DPP said something the other day. I don't know if you really think about seriously what he said, you know. He said, harsh punishment ain't no deterrent to crime. So why are we making laws, Devonne? They got to watch properly what they said. He are not responsible for making laws. The public is requesting harsher punishment. The public is requesting back to hanging. He is saying those things is not going to deter crime. Yes, we know they got the hardened criminals, right? And he is saying, let us work on prevention. Yes, with the youth, them that coming up now, we can work on prevention. But what about those who have done hardened criminals? You can't prevent nothing there with them, because that's what they know to do best. And the only thing they understand is hanging, harsher punishment. Now look at guns. You're finding people with all these guns and all these ammunition, and then you're giving them 10 years, 7 years, 6 years. That ain't a punishment. It's better you tell them walk out the court, thank you for the guns and the ammunition. I keep saying to them all the time, you want to deter people from even having guns? Every bullet you find them with is 10 years. Every gun is 30 years. You will see it have a change, Devonne. And if these guns have any murders on them, you get hanging or you get life. Devonne, I promise you, once those laws are in place, laws are supposed to be able to frighten people and deter them. Even if you think about crime, you don't entertain it.
All right. All right, Connor, thank you for your contribution. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM.
Get ready to ignite your Tuesday nights with a show that's as educational as it is entertaining. Welcome to Pleasure Pulse, your weekly guide to the world of sex education. Join Roma every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. exclusively on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. It's the perfect way to spice up your midweek routine and get answers to all your burning questions. Whether you're looking for relationship advice or curious about the art of intimacy, Roma's got you covered. Pleasure Pulse, every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. only on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Don't miss out. Your sex education journey starts this Tuesday with Roma as your guide.
Join us every Wednesday for In Focus, a weekly talk show produced by the St. Kitts Nevis Information Service, where we provide exclusives with key persons within the government and discuss pertinent, relevant, and interesting matters that affect us all. Tune in every Wednesday, live on ZIZ Radio and streamed live on Facebook at SKNIS Media and ZIZ Online. In Focus, your government, your business.
But Jeff, you living already, boss? You sure you could drive after them drinks?
Yeah, I could handle it, You're not too far from here. I'm gonna take my time.
Oh my God! Jeff, you're gone! I told you not to drink and drive!
The problem with drinking and driving is the morning after. Drink responsibly. This message was brought to you by the St. Kitts Nevis National Council on Drug Abuse Prevention in collaboration with SKNIS.
Back to the Edge and ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host Devonne Cornelius. Thank you for joining me in the program for Monday, January 29, 2024. The phone lines are open and we are taking your calls at 465-2555. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yeah, Devon, I'm back. Devon, I am in agreement all the callers after me. Now, according to Carbo, if the DPP think what he said, that capital punishment not going to deter them criminal and who want to be a criminal, why did they ask yourself the question, why when they don't kill people they running up on the place? They don't want the police to catch them. Because they don't want no punishment. And let he go to Alabama last week Thursday and see what happened up there. There you go. It's a new technique they got. No noose round the neck, no injection in the vein, and no electrical chair. It's suffocation with a mask over the nose and the mouth. And they will see. He will see. If them who killing people, if they enjoy killing people and giving up themselves to the police, they will come in with some tissue paper suggestion. You can't do that. In the book, the same Bible say, hands that shed innocent blood, your blood should be shed too. So who could dispute the Bible? I don't care what they say, whether Old and New Testament. That's the Bible, that's the catapult of the wall. Thank you, Devon.
Thank you, Carla, for your contribution to the program. Let's head out to the phone lines. We'll take some more calls. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program. Hello, caller. You're on the air. I think we lost that caller. No. Let's hit this other call. Oh, we don't. All right. Phone lines are open. The phone lines are open 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. It is 11:38, and thank you so much for joining me on the program for today. A few callers commented on the cruise pier, not the cruise pier, the cruise ship. Docking at Port Zante tomorrow. The world's largest cruise ship, Icon of the Seas, will dock in Bastia, St. Kitts on Tuesday. Let's take a pin and we'll take some more calls. Hello, caller, you're on the program. Good morning. Okay, we lost that one. Let's get this other caller. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, and you?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, man, I want to really just agree with my boy Culture there. I made comments about this before, about the comments from the DPP. This man is, have one of the top judicial positions in the Federation. The part of his comment that I don't like is that he said that the stiffer punishment is not going to deter the criminals. That part of it, I don't agree with. And, we got to be careful what the message we're sending to the criminals, you know what I mean? And indeed, stiffer punishments is needed. You know, Jamaica has done it, and Guyana, I think, is on the way to doing it as well. The president of Guyana announced that. I've seen a clip recently about him and the Guyanese government. They're planning to do some stiffer punishment there as well. And indeed, a couple of days ago, there was a execution in Alabama, straight by nitrogen gas. You know, suffocate that guy, man. You know, these southern states in the United States, they still believe in this capital punishment. You know, I mean, it's a harsh way to put somebody out. But indeed, I don't agree with the DPP. We do need stiffer punishment to deter these criminals. And, you know, we need to get that in place to curb this crime in the Federation. All right, that's my contribution, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, Corey, thank you for your contribution. I don't know when that statement was made regarding stiffer penalties. What I do have here, and I'll check it out, what I do have here is the DPP saying that stiffer penalties are being recommended for the offense of causing death by careless driving. But with regards to the DPP saying that stiffer penalties won't deter criminal activity, I can't confirm that. But again, what I do have here in front of me is that the DPP said stiffer penalties are being recommended for the for causing death, for the offense of causing death by careless driving. Let's head back to the phone lines and we will facilitate some more calls.
Devonne, good morning again.
Yes, good morning.
Remember, Devonne, under the great watch you come back to Simmons, when we hang, we had order in the country. But all of a sudden, a group of Taiwans come in and invade the Caribbean with these kind of laws. That's why these things don't come to us. Now, Devonne, I strictly believe if you don't want the brutal part of it, to make the U.S. Supreme Court. For certain gun violence, murdering, you know, stupid murdering, 180 years. So when you come out of India, you know if the cemetery watching you. Have a good day.
All right, Colin, thank you for your contribution. It's 11:43. You're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. We have a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning. Hello, caller. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yes, Devonne here again. And that law here where the DPP is talking about again, Devonne, he have to be careful with that law too. Because here is it, Devonne, yes, death by dangerous driving, we have no problem with that. But here the thing here now, we have traffic lights.
Traffic lights?
Traffic lights say green. And you stepped off when me in my vehicle dashing off because the light said green, and I knocked you down and I killed you. You can sentence me to prison. That's suicide that person did. You cannot sentence me to prison. You have to charge the dead because it's suicide themselves.
Sorry, but at the same time, right, caller, as a driver, you have to be aware of your surroundings. So if you're approaching a stoplight, right, and you know that there's a pedestrian crossing, you shouldn't be taking off at 40 and 50 miles an hour. You take your time.
Hear what we are saying. You are standing up on the sidewalk waiting for the light to say pedestrian cross. The light say green. That means the traffic must flow. You walk across while it's green, and I lick you up. How could you be charging me and sentencing me?
Well, I don't know if you're going to be charged, and I don't think that is what the DPP is saying here.
Well, he have to be particular and specific.
I think
because that is death by dangerous driving there to here, but it's not my fault.
No.
Suicide itself.
No, that's not death by dangerous driving. Because you just suggested that you were driving dangerously, eh? The scenario you just gave about approaching the stoplight and it says green, If you approach the stoplight and it says green and you go, you are not driving dangerously because you're obeying the traffic lights. Driving dangerously is when you have a passenger in your vehicle and you're either under the influence or you're driving with excessive speed. That's dangerous driving. And as a result of that
driving with any speed,
as a result of that driving, the person died
in the vehicle and your passenger died. All of these you got to look into, Devon.
Yes, I understand, but the scenario you gave about the traffic stop and light, that's not causing death by dangerous driving.
We hope to, Devon, because I think it is very unique, Devon. Think it is very unique and it's not a real place. As the boy Ike does say, it's not a real place because Mr. Big and Miss Big will get away with North, but me, you, and Carl Brown would be charged.
Alright then, caller.
Think it is not a real place and it's very unique. The laws are only for some person, and if he's a tourist or a foreigner do it, they let him go and gone. But you here, you have to sit down in prison and they give you such an enormous bail price that nobody could meet the money, so you're sitting there waiting for your court date.
Alright, caller, thank you for your contribution. Let's take this call.
Good morning.
Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Your call to make a contribution. I remember 2015. Ricky Skerrit says a minister that a second pay would be billed. Nobody gave me a recommendation. You need to get in. I remember Ricky Skerrit also told that he would have 1 million tourists. He didn't get a credit when you need to get in for saying that. Everything was done set in place. 1 million tourists come and next man get a credit. So what these people calling saying, Ricky Skerrit is supposed to say it also too, when they're talking about patches this and patches that. Ricky Skerrit is supposed to get credit because he talk about the second tier. You need to get in after the bill it. The second tier was done in line to bill. So Ricky Skerrit is supposed to get credit so that the people need to talk the facts. They're not talking it. Have a good day.
Alright, caller, thank you so much for your contribution to the program. We have a call on the line. Let's take this call.
Mr. Devon.
Hello, caller. Good morning.
I just want to respond to Mr. Brown in the driving part. If you board the stoplight and you knock down somebody and they die as a result of the accident, that is causing death by dangerous driving.
Could you repeat that, please?
If you board the stoplight.
If you bore it, meaning if the light is red.
If the light is red and you go, and as a result you knock down somebody, and they die, that you can get charged for dangerous driving, causing death by dangerous driving.
And if the light is green, and you knock down somebody, so the light is green, and so that's the go ahead. What happens there?
Well, if it can be proven you're willful, but you got a little mitigation between there. Because, I mean, people should not be jaywalking.
Right.
And you got to prove that it is not a malfunction of the light. Got a little leeway between there. But if you board the stoplight, this one here is dangerous driving. Board the stoplight, because people doing it all the time.
Yes.
You see the stoplight turn red, and you go through the stoplight, you knock on somebody and they die. Of course, you put yourself there to be charged for dangerous driving, causing death by dangerous driving.
Caller, thank you so much for that explanation.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your contribution to the program. There are a lot of drivers who let me stick a pin, we'll take this call. Hello, caller, you are on the program.
All of us know that if you board this anybody that's dangerous driving, you cause it. But Devon, you see what she just said? Yeah.
Caller, you're breaking up. Let's pause on the calls. We have a caller. Okay, let's pause on the calls regarding the contribution made by the caller before, right? There are a lot of drivers here in St. Kitts with those same stoplights. they see the stoplight about to turn green and they speed up. And when I say speed up, so real speed. I almost got knocked down off of a crossing sometime last year from a bus driver. I could tell you the license plate number now, but I won't do it here. Right there in front of Social Security. Mind you, I wasn't jaywalking. The sign said you could cross. It was me and a young lady. And the bus driver coming down with speed. His run we had to run. And he wasn't going to stop. He was not going to stop. But thank you for the clarification. So if you board a stoplight and you hit somebody, that's causing death by dangerous driving. If the light is green, then it's unfortunately it's on the pedestrian. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll begin wrapping up the program for today. Let's take this break.
Of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
Get ready to ignite your Tuesday nights with a show that's as educational as it is entertaining. Welcome to Pleasure Pulse, your weekly guide to the world of sex education. Join Roma every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. exclusively on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. It's the perfect way to spice up your midweek routine and get answers to all your burning questions. Whether you're looking for relationship advice or curious about the art of intimacy, Roma's got you covered. Pleasure Pulse, every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. only on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Don't miss out. Your sex education journey starts this Tuesday with Roma as your guide.
Join us every Wednesday for In Focus, a weekly talk show produced by the St. Kitts Nevis Information Service, where we provide exclusives with key persons within the government and discuss pertinent, relevant, and interesting matters that affect us all. Tune in every Wednesday, live on ZIZ Radio and streamed live on Facebook at SKNIS Media and ZIZ Online. In Focus, your government, your business.
Welcome back to the program. You're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you for joining me in the program. We'll take some more calls. Hello, caller. Good morning and welcome to the conversation.
Yes, I just want to get a quick question in, since we're talking about traffic, right? As a driver, right, are you supposed to stop for a pedestrian that's inside the crosswalk? And what about the one that's standing on the sidewalk that's trying to cross? You're supposed to stop for that one as well. So I'm mostly concerned about the one that's still standing on the sidewalk trying to cross. Should you stop for that one that's standing on the sidewalk that's trying to cross the street? Is that required by the law? And the callers can chime in if they can. Thanks.
My advice to you is to use your discretion. If you drive in a car and you see somebody in the crosswalk, stop. I think that's a given. If you're driving and you see somebody on the sidewalk, and based off of how that person is standing there and you anticipate that they're going to step down, you slow down. I don't think it will help you as a driver if you see a person or people standing on the crosswalk, or sorry, on the sidewalk, and you speed up. You know, so I don't think it's, use your discretion. Use your discretion and be mindful of your surroundings, you know? That's the best advice I could give on something like that. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take this call. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning. Okay, we seem to have lost that call. Let's take this one. The caller, you're on the air. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, hey Devonne, if you're gonna build a big building, and you're talking about you're gonna build a big building, and you haven't gone to the architect to get a plan, that is number one procrastination. And if you went to an architect and you get the drawing of a building and you ain't started, that's another way of procrastinating. That is bad. And if you ain't put up the building with all the talks you got, and somebody come behind and put up the building, who you gonna say put up the building? The one who procrastinate with the plan in the head, and the plan whom they take it up and utilize it? Okay, and then now can we come to the parliament now? I want to know, why is it no politician going in the parliament go talk about the stiff penalty for murderers, criminals who will watch people in the cold blood and go kill them? Where they living out that? They never talk about kind of thing about bank and money and who got this and who got that. And people dying with power every minute. Eh? It's 32 we got for the year. 32. And they're talking about no stiff penalty for them there. Then they're more important, not more important, but they're just as important and other things what I'm talking about. Thank you, Devon.
All right, caller, and we close it with you as the final caller. It is 11:57. You've been listening to the Edge and ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I want to close with this on the topic of the cruise pier and generally capital projects happening in St. Kitts and Nevis, and there has been this talk about inviting past government ministers. So, for example, let's say I was the Minister of Education, and under my watch, a new initiative was launched, and just before the initiative, just before the initiative was launched, the government changed, and I am no longer the minister of that. People suggest that, well, you should be invited. We are very much aware of the climate and how politics is in St. Kitts and Nevis, but this is my view on that. Whether you are invited or not, does it decrease the poverty rate? Does it decrease crime and violence? Does it provide jobs? Does it make healthcare better? Whether you are invited to these ceremonies or not? I don't see it as a big deal. Whether you are invited to a ceremony to say that, well, you was the minister at the time when the thing opened. For me, it's neither here nor there. It's politics. And I'm gonna be frank here, if I happen to become the Minister of Education tomorrow, and a new initiative was put forward by the former minister, I am going to see how I could add to that for the benefit of the country. Well, I'm going to invite the former minister who's from a different party to come and say, yeah, well, it's me who do it. It's politics. You've been listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I've been your host, Devonne Cornelius. Until next time, you guys stay safe, don't drink and drive, don't text and drive. Have a good one. Bye-bye.